Welcome, friends. It's time to get your cacao ready and settle in as we join for another episode of Megan Hopper Presents The Cacao Crowd, where we'll connect to heal, empower, and learn to love ourselves a little more each day. Hey guys, thanks again for tuning in. Another Thursday, another week. Congratulations, you made it through. Yay! So today we're going to be talking about sound as a healing tool. And aside from the instruments I have in front of me, I also have some friends who have joined me with their instruments as well. So let's welcome Philip and that guy.
Hello.
Thank you guys. Thank you for joining me here and for bringing all of these amazing instruments with you. I think we have probably one of everything, nearly everything besides like a gong happening in this studio right now. So this is awesome. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciated.
Yeah. And we will get into what all of these fun things are, what they do, how they help people, all the bells and whistles, since we're sticking with the sound theme here. Now we need the cymbals. But as we do with every episode, we will start today with some cacao. So it's kind of exciting because you've had this cacao before.
Yes.
So this is going to be seeing if it matches up, although, always going in with intention instead of an expectation. And this will be your first time.
First timer.
Just this cacao or
just this cacao.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So today we have Keith's cacao, my favorite, filtered water. This is from the Water Brewery in Costa Mesa, and it has a chai rooibos tea base. So still the same antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, all of those amazing benefits of tea and of all of those spices that go into any chai, like cloves, cinnamon, ginger, allspice, nutmeg, cardamom, all of that. But none of that like caffeinated side where you would get with a black tea. So all the benefits, none of the kick.
Nice.
Yeah. So what I like to do, and you guys can join me with whatever feels right for you, just take an inhale first of your cacao. And calling in our gratitude, our thanks to all of our guides and guardians, all the plant, animal, and nature spirits, all of our ancestors and relatives, our friends and family, seen and unseen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And feeling the warmth of the cup between your hands. Taking a sip of your cacao. And feeling that warmth spreading within you. Reaching your heart chakra and expanding out to meet your hands all the way out to your fingertips. Down through your root, connecting you to the earth. Up to the sky and out your crown, connecting you to everything above. Taking another sip. And just letting that glow, that warmth, that gratitude, that support all just fill you. Letting the feelings of inspiration guide the next few days to come. And holding on to that gratitude, feel free to keep sipping or chug or whatever you feel called to do in terms of the remainder of your cacao, here or at home. I'm going to choose to sip mine because we've all heard on prior episodes what happens when I chug it. Cacao spirit kicks back. So today's fun fact, since we like to just do a random fun fact, why not? Comes from our alphabet. I feel like such a Sesame Street moment right there. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter E. The letter E is actually the most common word, or the most common letter in the English language. So it's in 11% of English words.
That's a high percent.
And how many times was it used in that sentence? I don't know. I didn't count, but
A couple
A
times
lot.
in the word sentence.
there you go. There you go. Okay, cool. So you guys have some knowledge. You guys have some energy now. We've dug into and set the tone, the space up for some amazing vibrations. So let's dig into sound healing. We have all of these instruments. You know, you go on Instagram, on Facebook, on whatever, and you see these like circles of these bowls around people, and the person inside is all you know, and you're
Yeah.
like, what is happening? So let's dig into it. What do these do on a high level collective? How is sound healing? Anyone can answer.
Well, I mean, it definitely is a beautiful, not almost, it is a forced vibration of healing. And it is one of the most beautiful things to experience that I've ever experienced. And that's why I dove in so deeply into just the healing part of it and how beautiful it is. It used to be have to go into secret caves and literally just to hear these vibrations, but now it's like you said, it's everywhere, which is such a beautiful thing to experience and share with people and give that healing vibe.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I wrote in the show notes that, you know, sound is all around us all the
Yeah.
time. And even if it's just the air conditioning, if it's a car passing outside, if it's somebody talking and you're hearing their voice, there's all of these sounds that are forced into your reality. So why choose to add some of these? What benefits would they potentially have?
Well, for me, it's like the perfect harmony, the perfect tune, the perfect song, the song that like, makes my hair stand up. And it's just a tone. And that's what allows me to like, someone shared that from their hands, from their body for me. Like that's their expression of love.
Okay. So you're seeing it more as an art and a sharing from that perspective then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the frequencies that are coming out of all of these instruments, I mean, you know, that one is green. Is there any significance to it being green? Is it a specific frequency that's coming out of that? And how is that affecting our body differently than this one that's white?
Well, the green pertains to the color for the heart and the chakra specifically, but each one has a different frequency. And, you know, it, like Tessa says, you see everything, to understand the universe, you see everything in frequency, vibration, and energy. And we are the universe. So there's a gentleman that studied these frequencies, Solfeggio, and each frequency he's been able to prove that affects the body in a different way. And heals in different ways. Like these tuning forks have different frequencies on them, and they emit such an amazing resonation that you feel to the core of you.
So if somebody hypothetically was doing an EKG, hooked up the machine to the bowl and to your heart while this is playing, and we're going to say that whoever's playing it knows how to do it absolutely perfectly so that it's consistent the whole time. There's no undulations. It's just that frequency. Are they going to read the same? I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry,
We're used to,
everybody-
I know,
yeah,
we're
sorry.
used to letting our instruments do the
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah,
So
and
it's hard.
and yeah, it is almost hard to kind of articulate it because you have to experience it. You know, you can hear it all you want, you can see it all you want, you can see these bowls and people gathering, but until you sit with it and, you know, go inward, because that's what it will allow you to do. You will feel, I felt things that I've never felt just from my frequency, my resonation, and the love, like you mentioned, it really was the love language. And you know, the highest frequency you could be on as a human is love and gratitude, and definitely this helps anybody get there, which right now definitely as a society we definitely need a lot more of this healing and just love in general and going inward.
Yes, absolutely. And I personally, I would say that any time that I've been in a sound bath space, in a sound healing space, it is that container where you have that support, where you can go inward.
Yeah.
So it definitely makes a difference. I've said it before. I will continue to say it. it very much seems a half hour of sound healing is like a week on your psychologist couch or
Yes.
psychiatrist. I don't.
One of those people.
Right.
Maybe both.
I don't
if you
know.
go to
Yeah,
I
both.
work
right.
with alternative healing. I don't know
Yeah.
allopathics, but
That's impressive.
okay. So you said the best thing to do is to really dive into it, to experience, to hear it, to let it do its thing. So let's try some of these. Let's do some playing. Let's pick an instrument. Let everybody know what it is. And you guys, if you're watching, you can see them. That's great. That makes it easy. If you're listening, we'll try to describe the materiality, if there's any significance to color, what the kind of finish is on it, if it's important to it, any of those important characteristics, so that if you were to go to somewhere, then you would be able to say, oh, I think this is that thing. So yeah, we've been talking about the green bowl. So why don't we start with the green bowl?
Yeah, it's to the heart, and I'll just do a little gong here. But the resonation that goes from it is, believe it or not, affecting your actual heart. And these other bowls go into different parts of just your whole system in general.
Oh,
That was a great mini sound bath.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
so the ladder bowls that you played, those are different material though.
Yes.
The first bowl is a crystal bowl, right?
Yes, exactly. So you have the crystal bowl, and then you have some alloy, different metals, and then you're going into the copper. The originals were the copper, and they resonate a lot deeper. But the resonation of the other ones are different, and that's what I love to bring, different sounds and different feelings with these when you're meditating and going into the sound bath. And again, it's healing, and mentally you can travel without movement as well when you're and heal certain parts of the body, or even in your life. It really can affect you in many different ways. Do you want to do the tuning forks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So tuning forks are a very specific frequency. The bowls kind of have a little bit, like if you were to see the sine wave, you'd see a lot more going on, but these are very precise. So these, you can actually put them on your body, put them like on your temples, and feel it in your ears, like not from your ears, but like in your ears. Also, you can play them like I can play it on the table right here. So if I strike the tuning fork, you can place it on something. You can't really hear that. I can feel it. But if I move it on the table, like if you were in a sound bath and someone were to put this on you, it would sound like that. Very, very pure tone. Sometimes not very long. They have different sizes. These are kind of the smaller ones. Some of them have different pieces on them to adjust the frequency, but these are just very plain, basic tuning forks, but nonetheless beautiful and perfect with their pitch.
So that's what we want the EKG hooked up to.
Yeah. So actually, I've seen tests where they have tuning forks where they're spread a certain distance apart, and they ring one and the other one has a microphone, and it starts to resonate with it. And I've actually done that with my bowls. I have some bowls that, one plays one tone, one plays another. Well, if I play this one and then that one, this one will create a new tone that's never been made before because it doesn't have it within it, but you can vibrate it to that. And I feel like that's what a sound bath does too. It's these pure bowl of like beauty and meant for the heart. I play that with you, and yeah, it could start to reverberate in your body, just kind of depending on if you're open to that.
Right.
If you're like going through an emotional wave, maybe it's kind of touching you, but it might not pick it up on the EKG, but it is affecting you. It is there in your physical.
Yeah, we are the sound forks.
We are the sound.
I am.
forks. And so is our voice.
Yes.
That's an instrument as well.
Yep.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
Very cool. And what
The
those?
chimes. These are the Tibetan chimes,
They're really pretty.
right? They have
I'd say that.
all different designs. These have
Dragons. looks like.
dragons on them, and a couple different ways to play these. I like to kind of drag them, play it like that. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. or you can just kind of hit them on the side. And they go on for kind of an extended time, very high pitch, great for, when you're in that very quiet state of mind where not too many thoughts are happening, or at least they're slow. You bring in this tone that I feel like takes me down this tunnel, like a small tunnel going through.
Okay. I've also heard that one used a lot in kind of coming out of that almost transcendental state of a meditation, of a sound bath.
Yeah, it's like a strike.
Yeah.
Like a very strong strike.
Yeah, it's a little more robust, a little more definite, whereas some of these other instruments have a little bit more of an ethereal, a little more flexible, plastic, kind of elasticy feel to them. So yeah.
So that's kind of like the language of the sound bath. Like this tool kind of does this direction, that tool kind of does this direction. Not that they're specific for any particular thing, but they can be used to kind of create a journey, so to speak. Like
yes.
A movie. Here's the movie.
Yes.
Here's the movie of sound.
Yeah, and having your body as the additional instrument in all of that, because we're all coming in resonating at our own frequencies.
Yes.
The body is always resonating at a certain frequency. So with us coming in with our own frequency and adding to all of these frequencies, it's like the pitchforks, where then everything is feeding off of each other. So that's where it's coming in with that healing. It's allowing you to open. It's allowing you to reach a frequency that you were not able to reach on your own. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Or even traditionally with different forms of other healing. Like this is, I think, the easiest way for anybody to kind of just open the door of healing and going inward and to get on the same frequency, like you said, because it is a vibration that you feel. It's not, we could play this and you slightly may feel it, but until you experience the vibration, the resonation of these tones genuinely, like in person, then you could, and only then can you genuinely feel some of that healing that we're really blessed to give others.
Yeah, no, I entirely agree. And a lot of what I tend to bring toward this audience for the cacao crowd, and as well as the people that I work with, is modalities that are kind of that bridge, that are a nice step into everything, but maybe not, a full ayahuasca ceremony or something else that could just be a lot.
Yeah, like too much for sure.
Right. So with sound, because it's something that we're all familiar with, we all speak.
Yeah.
Or, at least the majority of people speak or are familiar with speech. There's road noises, there's ambient noises everywhere. So it is already that thing that we're familiar with.
Yeah.
It's just taking it to a level of almost research-esque and clinical, but in a way like if the clinic was a teddy bear picnic.
It's funny.
That's the visual that came to my head. I was like, if we put doctors or teddy bears in lab coats and had them running around, that'd be pretty cool.
It's a good, nice visual. Very family friendly.
If you open your eyes while I do a sound bath, you would probably laugh. When people open their eyes and watch me, I put on a full show like I'm an actor. And I'm putting everything into it. Yeah. And then they get with it. They're like, I could trust this guy because like he appreciates me watching. He's not thrown off. He actually enjoys it. Yeah. And I get all goofy and silly and play around and I come up with things like that. And like that's what really comes through the music. You can't see it, but you can kind of sense it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll have other people play with me and we'll have like a little battle on the bowls.
Yeah.
And we'll like
cool.
overplay each other, underplay each other.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to make mine more beautiful. No, I'm going to make mine more beautiful.
Well, and that can help with bringing up conflict traumas in somebody's past. Like if you're putting that into the music, then they're going to get that and go, I need to deal with this. But that's good because I don't think you're doing that without being conscious of who is there too.
Yeah,
You know?
because we can see everyone's laying down.
Right.
Most people laying down. We can see if someone's like going through something, if they're
Yeah.
moving around.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm going to be a little bit more gentle and maybe play to them,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and everyone else will kind of feel like, oh, some soothing stuff. Okay, great. Like, oh, I feel so nice and fuzzy
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to like wring them out of like
Yeah.
their somber, like, hey, wake up, you guys. Like,
Yeah.
come on, it's ending here.
Yeah. No, and you kind of struck on that too with usually people are laying down, but there's no rules at a sound
Yes.
bath. You
There's-
don't have
yeah.
to lay down. Typically, yes, you do, because it's easier to kind of drop in that way, but there's no rules.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer. That's what's really cool. It really is for everybody. I mean, from kids to, you know, the elderly. I mean, we are these frequencies and these vibrations, and it's absolutely beautiful. And like you mentioned too, there's frequencies we're being fed that we don't even understand or know that it's kind of just drowning our soul, or past traumas that we don't even realize too. And that's why people react differently. You know, people have their own experiences in life and their own things going on. And the beautiful thing, again, it's a forced healing vibration that you have to experience.
Yeah. Awesome. And you kind of touched on it as well with part of it is making sure that you are aligned to the person who is playing them,
Mhm.
to the healer who is performing, more or less.
Mhm.
Making sure that their intentions are correct too, that they're not coming in here and just going, well, I can get $50 per person
Yeah.
if I just hit these things.
Yeah.
I like to think of in vibration. What is the vibration of this person? Maybe
Yeah.
not their intention,
Yeah.
but what is their in vibration?
Okay.
Where what are they tuned to in their life? What directs them? Are they in a place of service, or are they in a place of getting? And it's very easy to kind of
Definitely.
feel that. You show up and you
Yeah.
can feel it, and it's okay. Now I'm here. What am I going to do with this? Right? Let me just enjoy being with everybody, or let me just like really receive everything that they have to share, and just trust.
Well, it's kind of the double-edged sword of advertising too. Like, you want to be able to get this information out to people. Like, we want to be able to tell everyone that we have a full overnight sound bath coming up, which is going to be absolutely amazing in Costa Mesa, all night long, hearing these instruments being filled with these vibrations. All of the players are super stoked about it. Some vegan breakfast, some cacao. But at the same time, like, I want to be able to tell people and get that information out to them so that more people can come and experience it. But at the same time, like, I don't want to be pushy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
There is alternatives. There's plenty of sound baths around.
yes, there are always sound baths happening. That definitely pick which ones resonate. It's very big to make sure that you're aligning with your healers in everything, in every type of alternative healing, every type. I realized we stopped on the instruments.
More sound. We need more sound.
We need more sound.
More sound.
More
More
cowbell.
sound.
More cowbell.
So this is a steel tongue drum. It does have these little, I don't know if you can see them because it's white and reflective, which doesn't really go well with lighting, but it has these little tongues cut out of it, and each of them have their own specific sound and frequency. And as I've been talking during the show, it's been picking up on my voice and already kind of resonating to bring you guys. So I'll just play you a few notes on it so you can kind of hear it a little. And again, it just kind of dissipates. What's really fun is I was playing this one with it on my lap the other night while my cat was running around like a psychopath. Because I was like, Matt, this is too much. It's 11 o'clock at night. You need to be done. And as soon as I started playing it, like the higher notes, the more pure notes, he was like all kinds of crazy. And as soon as I went into like the sharps and the flats and stuff, he was like, whoa. And he stopped. So there are pets that can benefit as well.
Yes, animals are receptive, definitely, to it too.
More than us, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And you'll notice here, like, if you're in a place that has plants that does sound healing, the plants that are near the sound instruments also grow better. There's a lot of experiments that can be done. So then I also have a couple of crystal bowls, and I have a couple of different things to play them with, because you can use different tools to also get different sounds, different volumes, and different qualities of sounds. So often you'll have a suede wand that gives you that almost scratchy kind of tonation to it. You can have a rubber mallet. These can just be a little bit more difficult to deal with because if you're trying to reach, you'll hit the wood. But they are good for tapping. And that's going to go for a while if I don't stop it. So I'm going to use the sides of my hands and just roll that up. If you do get these on your own, you also want to be careful with the oils, making sure that you are cleaning them every time. And since they are crystal, making sure that you are cleansing them. And then this is a silicone wand, and it just makes apologies for it not being quite even since I'm reaching over a mic stand. But it just takes out that scratchiness to get that even tone.
Can we touch on brainwave states? You mentioned your cat changing its.
We can quickly
presence.
touch on brainwave states. I can't talk today either, man. All these instruments need to just keep doing the talking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you change your frequency, when you change your vibration, that also changes the vibration of how your brain is operating, like getting scientific. So you start thinking and feeling and perceiving the world differently as this happens.
Mm.
So not to be afraid of that, because like when you go to sleep, you change brainwave states. It's a very natural flow of life.
Mhm.
And I feel with sound, it's a natural thing that occurs.
Yeah. Well, and kind of to that point, like you're saying, when you go to sleep, you change brainwave states. That's your normal response for resetting, restoring, healing.
Oh, very nice.
So we're in essence using all of these instruments to trigger you to restore, reset, heal.
Agreed.
You're like, I didn't even realize what I was saying was that brilliant.
I didn't even know you're going to be that good with that.
That's great.
Awesome. Oh, synchronicity.
I didn't know what you knew.
See, that's what happens. That's because we've been playing these. And so now between the frequencies of the instruments and us sharing this space and our voices and frequencies, we're all coming in tune more.
Do you want to do a sound bath together?
I think we are.
Yes.
We can set up another one too.
You want to join us too?
Yes.
Yes. We do have the one November 13th to 14th. And if you guys are interested, you can definitely get tickets to that through the link in my bio, also in the show notes. But I'm totally down to set up cacao and sound baths anytime.
Definitely.
I've got plenty of venues in Orange County that will be stoked to have more cacao and sound baths.
Yes.
Sign me up on that list.
All right.
I do them weekly. I want to do more.
And where do you do your weekly ones?
I do them at Quantum Spaces on Wednesday nights. We kind of doors open around 7, and then sound starts around 8.
Okay.
And it's every week. So if you can't make it, there's another week coming.
And those will be posted on your Instagram?
Yeah, I put them on my Instagram story.
Okay.
And then Quantum Spaces, they have a flyer each week as well.
And what's your handle on IG?
Philip with Love.
Also in the show notes.
And I'll do a plug as well.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, tell everybody where they can find you and your
yeah.
healing and your instruments and,
My Instagram is theinfamous21. Been blessed to be in frequency for quite some time and doing some amazing things with sound bowls. And I have one we do at least once a month out in Hollywood Hills, and we're moving that to Bel Air in this 10,000 square foot spot, and creating this like holistic church, if you will, that Netflix is interested in right now. And so we have a lot of big things. Definitely follow in my story. The 21st is limited space, but like you said, we have one coming up. Definitely gotta check that one out. If not this guy's sound bowls or yours as well. So Appreciate the time.
Yeah, cool. And again, you can find both of their information in the show notes, as well as the link to my Linktree, so that you can buy tickets to the overnight sound bath, which is, again, full 8 hours of sound healing, starting with cacao, ending with breakfast. Going to be amazing. I don't think I've seen any other full 8 hours recently. I know there's a couple of groups that used to do them around the new year, so this is definitely a uncommon event, but down here in Orange County. And yeah, if you feel inclined to, I would love if you would comment, subscribe, share, just get the word out and let me know what you want to see more of on the show, we'll hear more about, and hopefully we'll be interacting with all of you soon. So thank you so much for tuning in, like you do every week. So much. Okay.